How are you today? Now, for today's lesson, we're gonna learn about penguins. Now, do you like penguins? Okay, before we go to the story for today, we are going to learn some fun facts about penguins. Are you ready? Okay, let's listen and have fun.
All right, today we are going to learn about penguins. Penguins are birds. They are known for their black and white feathers. Look at them hanging out in this cold climate. They're having a great time. Really social birds. They're just chilling. They're hanging out. They're penguins. They're birds with black and white feathers. Now, in addition to their black and white feathers, penguins are also known for how they waddle. Isn't it funny the way penguins waddle? It's fascinating. Do you know how to do that? If you're able to, could you waddle right now? Yeah, just stand up. Yeah, and waddle. Just from this side to this side. It's a funny way that they walk, but that's how they walk. Penguins waddle. Now you might be wondering, oh man, why are they waddling? Don't they fly? Well, it's interesting because penguins are not able to fly. They're one of those types of birds that don't fly. They do have a special skill that kind of looks like flying that we're about to show you. Okay, so what is this special skill that kind of looks like flying? It's actually swimming. Penguins flap their wings when they swim, just like other birds flap their wings to fly. You can see in this picture, they lift up their wings, and they flap down their wings, and this helps them swim. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing. I mean, penguins are great swimmers. In fact, penguins can spend as much as 75% of their time in the water. Some penguins spend more time in the water than above ground on the surface. All right, here's where we need your help. Yeah, your help. Why do you think they spend so much time in the water? Have a hint here. Think about their food. What food do you think penguins enjoy eating? Another hint is be in the water. What in the water do penguins like to eat? Yeah, penguins mostly eat fish. They love going in the water, eating those fish. There's other seafood that they enjoy too, but they love their fish. And they love swimming around and hunting for them. Now, okay, here's something you already know. We all know this. Baby penguins are just the cutest ever. I know, and it's just something we all have to deal with in life, a whole nother level of cuteness. But yeah, we've got to talk about these penguin babies because absolutely cute beyond all measure. Now, like other baby birds, baby penguins hatch from eggs, and most penguins hatch two eggs at a time. You can see in this picture, there's an egg in front of this penguin, there's an egg underneath. Look real closely, you can see that second egg. They usually have two eggs. Now, only emperor and king penguins hatch just one egg, but those are the largest penguins out there, so I guess it's just their size. They're not able to have two at a time, but most penguins have two baby birds at a time. And they hatch, and the cuteness has arrived. And here's an emperor penguin couple with a little baby penguin. Remember, emperor and king penguins just have one baby at a time. And then the smaller penguin breeds have two babies. And here is a chin strap penguin with two baby penguins. Now, you might not realize this. There are 20 types of penguins, a lot of types of penguins. We're just going to share four with you. The largest are the emperor and king penguins. And you can see them here in these pictures. The emperor penguins are the biggest, right? And the king ones are pretty big too, not as big as the emperor penguins, but still pretty big. Now you can tell it's a king because it looks like it has orange ears, and it's more yellow with the emperor penguins. You can also tell if it's a king penguin because it's just a little smaller. Now, two smaller penguins are the chinstrap and African penguins. Now, the chinstrap penguins look like they have a chin strap on. That's where their name comes from. And these African penguins, this picture was actually taken in South Africa, and they've got black feet, and they're just strictly black and white. And those are pretty small penguins. When they have babies, they have two babies at a time. That's true of the chinstrap and of the African. And they're just really cute. They're little smaller penguins. Pretty cool. Penguins, right? Wow, black and white feathered birds that swim really well and they waddle and they eat lots of fish and they look really cute. Wow, fish! Oh man, I could get some fish right now. That sounds good. Oh wow, I think I'm gonna get some fish just like a penguin. All right, well, thanks for being with us. We hope you learned a ton about the penguins, and we hope to see you next video. Thanks.
Now, I do hope that you have learned a lot of things or information about penguins. Do you still remember the types of the penguins? What do you call the largest penguin? Yeah, it's the emperor penguin and also the king penguins. But king penguins are a little smaller than the emperor penguins. Now, there are more interesting facts about penguins, and we are going to go deeper with our lesson about as we go reading the story. But before reading the story, we are going to learn some vocabulary words or new words again. So the title of the story is The Emperor's Egg. Can you make a guess what is gonna happen in this story? Okay, let me see. Now let's go and have a short information about the book, The Emperor's Egg, and the writer or the author of this book is Martin Jenkins. And the illustrator is none other than Jane Chapman. Now, as you remember, the author is the one who writes the stories, and the illustrator is the one who draws the pictures, right? So do not forget those two important words, author or writer, illustrator or the person who draws the pictures in the book. About who is Martin Jenkins, the author of the story? There you go. Now, Martin Jenkins wrote the story The Emperor's Egg. Martin Jenkins writes for both children and adults. He is a conservation biologist and he travels to rainforests and mountains. Wow, that's fantastic. I would love to travel as well. And unlike the penguins in the Emperor's Egg, he dislikes cold weather. Me too. Honestly, I don't like winter season. It's just that it's so cold and I can't bear it, especially if it's like -30 around like that. Now, Martin Jenkins is very interested in science and art. Oh, I love science, but I'm not good at art. How about you? He wrote a pop-up book called The Art of Science. Amazing. Now, let's have a short discussion of the new genre of this book. And the genre of this book is nonfiction informational book. Now, you know that we are always reading fiction and nonfiction stories, but this kind of nonfiction is an informational book. When we say informational book, it gives facts about a topic. Facts means true or real information about a certain topic, just like the penguins. Okay? Informational book. Specifically in science books, you can read informations about an animal or a certain place or a certain person or a certain event. Now we're going to look for an information that helps you learn more about the world and the captions that give more about the pictures. Now, if it's a picture book, it is very nice to read because you can have some predictions on what is going to happen and what is happening in the story based from the pictures or the drawings. Let's go. The first vocabulary is, can you read the word? Does any one of you can read the word? Okay, you are right. Flippers. Flippers. What does it mean? Now, penguins have flippers. Think of this. Penguins are flyless birds. That means to say they're not able to fly. Not able to fly. They do have flippers or small fins used like hands or feet. But they're using their flippers to swim, not to fly. They are birds, but they cannot fly. And they use their flippers to swim. Therefore, these penguins are great swimmers. There you go. So cute. Now, for example, the baby penguin is flapping his flippers. Have you watched the movie Happy Feet? I suggest that you watch this movie. It's really nice. Happy Feet movie. Now, the second vocabulary is hatch. Say the word once again, please. Hatch. Hatch. Now, I know some of you know this word already, but let me define you what's the meaning of the word hatch. Now, based from the picture, you can have a guess on what is the meaning of the word hatch. When we say hatch, it means to break out of an egg, just like in that picture. There you go, the newly hatched chick. Now here is the example. The penguins are getting ready to hatch out of the eggs. That's so wonderful. Have you tried witnessing hatching a chick with this kind of picture? I just wonder if you have experience watching like this kind of situation. Okay, let me go back to the first vocabulary. Can you still remember it? Good job! Flippers. And the second word is hatch. Now let's go to the third vocabulary. Who can read the word? Okay, exactly. Miserable. Say the word once again. Miserable. Repeat it twice. Miserable. Miserable. Now, what does it mean? Miserable. Oh, I feel miserable about not going back to China as early as I like to. Now, miserable means very unhappy. Now, just like this picture. Now, look at the situation of the cat. Do you think this cat is happy? Look at it. Look at the eyes of the cat. Okay, that seems like looks like this cat is very unhappy. I mean, maybe he or she's feeling unhappy or miserable about taking a bath. Remember, cats do not like taking a bath. Maybe most of them are afraid of water. Now, for example, the poor kitty was miserable when he had to have a bath. This is funny, right? Now, can you use this sentence? Can you use this word in your own simple sentence? Miserable. I feel miserable because I can't go out. I feel miserable. I got a very low score in English. I feel miserable, blah, blah, blah. It's up to you. You can use this word as much as what you like. Next, the next word is slippery. Please repeat the word twice. Slippery, slippery. The root word is slip. Okay, let's have an example or the meaning. Slippery, that means not sticky or causing sliding. Oh, I remember when I was in grade 6. I slipped along the corridor and many of my friends and classmates saw me. That was very embarrassing moment in my life. Now, slippery just like this. Look at the penguins, they're playing. The penguins love to slide down the slippery hill. It looks like it's very exciting to do that as well. Hmm. Next word. Waddled. Waddle. Waddled. Now, if I am in front of you, I'm gonna teach you how to waddle. How to walk like penguins. I know you can do it also. Now, Waddle moved in a funny way like a duck. For example, this one, waddle, waddle, waddle. Now, I remember one of my one of my nephews mimicked this one or imitated how to walk like a duck, and he was very funny. Okay, waddled. Next, the example is penguins waddled as they walk. Waddle, waddle. Next word is horizon. Horizon. Can you please repeat the word twice? Horizon. Horizon. Good job. Horizon, it is where the sky seems to meet the earth. Now, if you're in a certain place and then or for example, you're in front of the beach or you're along the seashore and then you're gonna look at the edge or the horizon of that place or of that sea. Now, this one is the horizon. There you go. It seems like the edge or where the sky seems to meet the earth. For example, the clouds are almost touching the horizon in this chilly Antarctic photo. Oh, can you imagine how cold it is in an Antarctic place? North Pole and South Pole places. I couldn't imagine how cold it is in those places. The next vocabulary review. Let's try to review the vocabulary that we learned for this day's lesson. So you're going to say the words, you're going to read the sentence, and you're going to fill in the blank. So let me repeat the five. Flippers, hatch, miserable, slippery, waddled, and horizon. So these are the six vocabulary for this story, The Emperor's Egg. Now, it is very important for you to master, understand, know how to pronounce the words. You should know the meaning of each word because once you read the story later on, you know that, oh, the meaning of this, I know this one, I know this one, I know this one, and I understand the story, I understand the events of the story. Okay? That's why in every LA lesson that we have, we are always starting the lesson with knowing the vocabulary. Now, here we go. There is a sentence and you're gonna complete the sentence. Choose the correct answer. The baby blanked from the egg on his father's feet. Oh, I think you know the answer with this one. Very, very good. Hatched. The baby hatched from the egg on his father's feet. Oh, I wanted to watch to see this kind of event, hatching eggs in real life. But I should go first to Antarctica or to the South Pole or to the other colder place where I can see penguins. Next. Oh, look at the picture. Can you read the sentence, please? The penguins use their blank to move through the water. What are they gonna use to move through the water? Of course, they're gonna use their flippers to swim in the ocean or to the water. Great. Remember, penguins are great swimmers because of their flippers. And I'm gonna tell you one more thing about how do they swim. Now, here we go. The polar bear fell on the blank ice. This is funny. Have you ever tried sleeping in a in a place or in a certain situation of your life? Slippery. Okay, look at that. Next, little Pete was blank when he couldn't find his friends. Oh, how will you feel if you couldn't find your friend? I mean, if you are not able to find your friend, of course you will feel very unhappy. Means miserable. Very sad. Next word. Look at the blank to see the setting sun. Sunrise, sunset. Look at the horizon. Great job. Horizon to see the setting sun, where the sky meets in the earth. Okay. Last one. Ooh, what is this toy? A toddler pulled the toy dog and it blanked. It's a toy dog. Of course, it looks like a toy. It looks like a dog. That's why it's a toy dog. Now, what is your answer here? A toddler pulled the toy dog and it blanked. Exactly. And it waddled. Okay. I think I had this kind of toy when I was young. But it wasn't real. It wasn't like a toy dog, but I think it was like a chick, yellow chick. And then there is a certain rod, and then you're gonna pull it, and it will also waddle or somehow walk like a chick. Okay, you need to match the meaning to the word. This is an evaluation, okay? This is a test whether you master the lesson or not. Now, if you cannot be able to answer these tests perfectly, then you need to watch the video again, or you can view my PowerPoint presentation and try to write the words, read the words, and define the words so that you can master the vocabulary for the lesson. Okay, for our lessons for our lesson for today. Now column A, the vocabulary, and then column B, the meaning. So we're just gonna match the meaning to the word. Horizon, where the sky seems to meet the earth. Very good. How about hatch? Is it letter A? Small fins used like hands or feet? No. Is it letter B? Very unhappy? Hatch? Very unhappy? No. Is it letter C? To break out of an egg? Let me see. Letter D. Not sticky, causing sliding. Letter E. Moved in a funny way like a duck. Of course, this is very easy for you, Hatch. To break out of an egg, it's letter C. Number 3, miserable. Miserable, miserable. Letter B, very unhappy. Okay, number 4 is letter D. When it is slippery, of course, it's not sticky and it will cause sliding. Okay, number 5, waddled. Yeah, this means letter E moved in a funny way like a duck. So try to imagine you're gonna walk like a duck at school. Yes, it's funny, right? But of course, you're not gonna do that. You're not a penguin. You're not a duck either. Number 6, flippers. Of course, it's letter A. Small fins used like hands or feet. Yoo-hoo! We're done with our lesson. Let's just repeat the words again. You're gonna read the word twice and read the meaning once, okay? Let's go. Horizon, horizon, where the sky seems to meet the earth. Hatch, hatch, to break out of an egg. Miserable, miserable, very unhappy. Slippery, slippery, not sticky, causing sliding. Waddled, waddled, moved in a funny way like a duck. Flippers, flippers, small fins used like hands or feet. Yeah, good job. I hope you had fun or you had learned a ton about our lesson for today. Now, you have your homework. You need to answer your homework and send it back to me on WeChat, okay? And please, this is not enough. I just want you to know that watching this recorded video lesson is not enough. I want you to write the words in your on your notebook. I want you to read and pronounce the words. And I want you to understand the meaning of each vocabulary so that you can be able to use it in your daily conversation in English. Okay? I go back, then you can have more questions about the penguins. You can talk about the penguins. I know most of you know a lot about penguins and most of you like science, so we can have better conversation once we go back to school. Goodbye. It's the end. Don't forget to watch the movie Happy Feet.